So here's another thing that happens a lot to artists and to the creatives, you know. A lot of fear comes in when you're creating, or before you're creating, or after you created, whatever. There's a lot of fear because there's a lot of criticism, personal criticism, and a lot of judgment on the work, because you might be creating something and you say, well, I'm not going to sell it, or if you're not selling for a living or whatever, you're going to say something like, it's not going to be accepted in the show, or my teacher is not going to like it, or whatever, you know. I believe that what has happened there, again, is because of the constant thinking, the analyzing, you know, and it creates this fear, because, you know, as we all know, we all don't know, well, we should all know, there's only two feelings, you know, love and fear. And if you're not feeling love, you're feeling fear. And fear comes out of this constant thinking, you know, analyzing, this constant thinking. And I believe, through my experience, that fear, what feeds fear and keeps growing it, it's time, our perception of time. And the more we think about past or the future, I don't know if you've noticed that in your work. I might be talking to only a couple of people or a lot of people. I don't know what your experience has been, but this has been my experience. If you're creating something and you're thinking about, oh, I didn't do it right, I should have done this, you know, thinking about the past, or I should do this and that's going to save me, that's going to save the painting, it's going to make it look really great, and blah blah blah, or whatever. Then you think about the future, but you're not here. And if you're not here, if you're not fully engaged here, you're not creating artwork. And it's a practice, you know, it's a practice. It's a constant practice. You have to be fully engaged right here, right now. You can't be, the moment you start thinking, it's because you've created time. Time has slipped in, as the author Edgar Tolle talks about. You know, it's when you feel that things that, I don't know, I'm not doing it right, or this or that, it's because time has now come into what he talks about, the present moment. And I believe that the present moment is the zone. It's that place where you're fully engaged, and there's no past and there's no future. There's certainly time for that, but it's not while you're doing it. I mean, if you're creating artwork, before you create artwork, you can be like, you can take some notes and say, well, this is what the composition is going to look like, or I did this in the past. I'm going to make sure not to do that again. Well, there's time for that. But now while you're creating, you have to be fully engaged. Again, it's one of those things. It's experiential. You either do or you don't do. There's no half measures there. Again, my name is Jose Trujillo, and I'm a fine art artist. Thank you so much for watching.